If you're a first-time dad, you might be experiencing a little new dad anxiety. Whether you have a baby on the way or you just had it. There's some thoughts and feelings that you've never experienced that are starting to come up. In this video, I'm going to touch on a few of the most common things that cause new dad anxiety, and then go over a few tips that will hopefully help you overcome it. Hey guys, I'm Jason Kreidman and welcome to another episode of Dad University. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell. Also, it really helps us spread our message when you share these videos. So maybe you know a couple people that might enjoy it? Please share it with them. I think the majority of things that cause new dad anxiety kind of fall into one of three categories. The first one, financial. How am I going to afford this baby? Babies are expensive, or maybe it's related to your job and how much you're paid. A lot of people have anxiety related to their financial situation when a baby's on the way or just arrived. Second thing, my life changing. How is my life going to be different? Is my relationship going to change? Am I not going to be able to hang out with my friends? There can be a lot of anxiety about that and that unknown of what your life is going to be like when the baby arrives. And then the third thing, caring for the baby. You might not even know how to change a diaper or feed the baby, and you're concerned, like, am I going to be able to care for this child? So these are all very valid concerns, and they're all things that cause anxiety. Now, I'm not saying that they're the only things, but most of the time, the anxiety for new dads falls into one of these three categories. The good news, we've done videos on all of these topics. Just check our archive and I'm sure there's something there that could help you. But as I said, these are all valid categories for feeling that new dad anxiety. But you don't have to. So we want to focus on giving you tips to overcome this anxiety. We want you to worry less, start feeling good so that you can enjoy this situation, because it's an awesome one. Let's start with number one, and this is the most important thing to remember. These anxious new dad feelings you have are totally normal. Don't feel like you're strange. Don't feel like you're the only one that's probably experiencing this. You are not alone. This is a very common thing that new dads experience. As a first-time dad, my anxiety level was through the roof. I was a wreck. On the flip side, I was really excited to be a dad. But it's this weird combination where you're really excited and you have a ton of anxiety. So again, it's totally normal to have new dad anxiety as a first-time dad. Number two, write it down or type it down. The purpose of this is to get your feelings and your thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper or computer. Talking about it is great, but not everybody is willing to do that or wants to do that. So the next best thing is to write it out of you. Write down what is causing you the anxiety and be specific. Why do you feel like you're feeling this way? An example might be, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety about money. I don't know how I'm going to afford this child, and as a result, I don't think I'm going to be able to give them what they need. And I feel horrible. I feel like less of a man. So that is what you would actually write down. We're not saying whether it's good or bad or anything. You are just writing down what it is that is giving you that anxiety and why. I'm not sure if you've ever written down how you feel, but there is something magical that happens when you get it out of you. It ends up feeling less powerful. It's less scary. And you do this exercise multiple times and you will feel less anxious. Number three, don't forget your health. Whether the baby's going to arrive soon or the baby already arrived, you have to remember to take care of yourself. If you are a new dad and you just had your child, you might not be getting as much sleep as you should. But what happens is that because we are so focused on the child, we forget to take care of ourselves, and that is really important. It's important for you to be healthy so that you can take care of your child. This means eating healthy, exercising, and reducing your alcohol and caffeine intake. If you have anxiety, Alcohol and caffeine are just known to not help the situation. So you're going to want to try to reduce those the best you can. Now, if you don't have time and it just feels like impossible to eat well and exercise, well, that just is what we call on this channel excuses. Stop binge watching Netflix or wasting time on social media, and you'll probably find an extra couple of hours to take care of yourself. It's important that you take care of yourself during this time, and so make it a priority. Now, people might argue that watching Netflix is taking care of yourself. You're unwinding and you're relaxed. I would argue that may take care of you mentally, but it's certainly not helping you physically. And being physically okay during this time is really important. You're not getting as much sleep, and so the other aspects of your life physically are important to do. Now, if you can't find any time and you're just, having trouble figuring it out, then just send me your schedule and we'll work on it together. Number 4, have empathy for your partner. Empathy is looking at a situation from the other person's perspective. It's putting yourself in their shoes, and you'll see things differently. So imagine putting yourself in your partner's place right now and seeing this situation from their perspective. Your partner has to carry the child, deal with morning sickness, then deliver the child. And then if she's already delivered the child, she's dealing with breastfeeding. If she's doing that, maybe she's the primary caretaker of the baby. There might be some family stuff going on and all the other things that are on her plate. I'm not going to minimize what a first-time dad is going through. What I'm suggesting is that you focus on your partner. When you're able to focus on somebody else, that can help reduce your anxiety. You're not so worried about what's going on with you and what you're doing. You're now thinking about somebody else, and in this case, your partner and how you can help them. Number 5, can you control it? So you want to look at what's causing you the anxiety and figure out if it's something that you can control or not. So let's look at the situation, an example about money, and you are worried that you're not going to have enough money. So can you control it? Well, could you get another job or work more hours at your existing job or get a raise or a promotion? Are there options of things that you can control related to what's causing you that anxiety? Or another example, you're anxious about, taking care of the baby and how to change its diaper and some other things. Well, you can watch some of these videos, you could read online just like you're doing, and so you can educate yourself. And so that may reduce some of the anxiety. So you have to look at, is it something that I can control and affect it, or is it something that I can't control? It's so important to get clarity on whether you can control it or not. Because if it is something that you can control, then change it. You've got to do something about it. You can't keep complaining. You can't have the anxiety about it. You've got to do something about it. If it's something that you can't control, then you have to forget it. Because you can't control it, you're not going to affect it. And so if you have no control over it, you've got to let it go. Number 6, communicate to your partner. I want to be very clear about this. Communicating to your partner doesn't mean that you're going to be dumping all of your feelings on them or that you're going to be freaking out that you're having a child. The reason to communicate to your partner is so that they can understand what you are going through as a new dad. And maybe you're not acting like yourself lately. Maybe you've gotten in more arguments or you're on edge. Whatever it is, this can help explain why that's happening. It's important for us as men to communicate how we're feeling and what we're going through. As I said, you're not dumping all of your emotions and freaking out, but you're having a mature conversation about some of the concerns that you have, or maybe you want to learn new things, or that you're concerned about being able to afford the child. Having those kinds of concerns is completely valid, and talking about them with your partner is good. Maybe together you're coming up with solutions. If it was caring for the baby that you're concerned about, then maybe you can learn some things together. Or if you were concerned about and having this anxiety about how your life's going to change, then the two of you can come up with solutions on how you can do things that you want to do after the baby's born, so that you can support each other and each have time for your own things. Having anxiety as a new dad is normal, but it doesn't mean that you have to suffer from it. Use the anxiety as motivation. Whether it's to improve your financial situation, educate yourself, or maybe it's to live a healthier lifestyle. You get to decide what you want to be. This is a new beginning for you. I would love to hear from you. Are you a first-time dad and experiencing new dad anxiety? Leave your feedback and questions in the comments section below. I'll respond the best I can. If you found this video helpful, you don't want to miss what we have for you in our other videos. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell. Also, if you know anybody that might enjoy this video, please share it with them. We'll see you next time.